Wake up Cowichy, you're looking for a high today of 51.
Wake up Finley, you'll hit 54.
I'm Monty Webb.
And I'm Meredith Jones. Let's start your morning right with Wake Up Northwest.
Wake up, you gotta shine with the sun. It's all about early, and I wanna be there.
Good morning, it's 5 o'clock on Thursday, February 19th. Let's find out how it's looking outside your door this morning with this guy.
And this guy has kind of a chilly forecast. Not as cold as it has been over the last couple of mornings, but still on the cool side. Some may say cold. Here's a look at those numbers for you. Outside right now, we're looking at a current temperature of 34 degrees in Yakima, Tri-Cities at 33. And temperatures are a little bit warmer in Ellensburg as well as Walla Walla into the 40s. And that forecast here, as we help you plan ahead, calls for temperatures today to warm up to the mid-50s. We also have a slight chance for a stray shower late tonight, early tomorrow morning. We'll break it all down when we take a look at that 7-day forecast in detail, plus a look at Futurecast coming up in a couple of minutes.
All right, thank you, Monty. Well, coming up today, the Tri-City Special Investigations Unit is holding a media briefing at 1:30 this afternoon. Now, the purpose of this briefing is to give everyone an update on what's happening with the investigation of the officer-involved shooting that took place last Tuesday in Pasco. Just to recap, police gunned down 35-year-old Antonio Zambrano after he was throwing rocks at officers. Now, of course, you can count on NBC Right Now to be at today's news conference. In fact, we'll also be streaming it live on our website. You can just head to NBCRightNow.com and click on live stream. And again, that begins at 1:30 this afternoon. And it looks like Zambrano's family has supporters about 250 miles away in Seattle. Overnight, more than 100 protesters took to the streets to protest last week's fatal police shooting. They gathered at Westlake Park to show their support and made their way through the downtown Seattle area. They also staged a brief die-in. Besides disrupting traffic, officers say overall it was a peaceful protest. And many of you have been curious about a lawsuit filed against the city of Pasco by Zambrano's family.
Yeah, we talked to his estranged wife, Teresa Ruiz, and she says she simply wants justice for her husband and the father of her two daughters. She filed a claim against the city of Pasco for $25 million for causing his death. We caught up with Ruiz's attorney, George Trejo, and asked him how they came up with that sum.
How much is a father worth? How much is a husband worth? They've got two children whose this image will be forever embedded in their memory for the rest of their life. So is 10 million too much per child to ask? Is 5 million too much for the wife? So that's how I came to 25 million.
The city of Pasco now has 2 months to respond to the claim. They can either decide to negotiate, reject the claim, or do nothing. After 60 days are up, the matter could be brought up before a federal judge. Well, last night and this morning, a lot of you reached out to us on Facebook and gave us a call about an SUV on fire off of West Clearwater Avenue in Kennewick. We just got off the phone with the Kennewick Police Department, and they tell us the fire was caused by an electrical problem within the SUV. Officers say a man was driving when he decided to turn on his heater. That's when he noticed smoke coming from the SUV. So he pulled over across the street from the 7-Eleven, got out. Now, this video that you're watching was sent to us by one of our viewers. And you can see here the SUV quickly went up into flames. The firefighters responded to the scene just before 11 o'clock last night. They put the flames out, and officers tell us the driver's doing okay. As a matter of fact, he just walked away from the SUV unharmed. They say, unfortunately, he had just bought the SUV within the last couple of days.
And today, an autopsy is planned for 51-year-old David Nagel, whose body was discovered in the Natchez River yesterday. A man walking along the Greenway near 16th Avenue and Highway 12 saw the body in a small pool of water around 10 yesterday morning. Yakima police believe the body had been lying in that spot for more than a day. Police say they are investigating the death as a homicide, but are also exploring other possibilities as well. And from now on, it looks like anyone that comes to participate at school events at the Cowan and Benton City High School will have to go through a background check.
Yeah, this comes just after a registered sex offender spoke at Chi-B High School yesterday morning. Now, Melissa Salisbury, who goes by the name Mia Rose, says she's a model. She was at the school yesterday as part of their Make Your Mark, a motivational presentation. But what the school didn't know is that this woman spent a year in jail for pimping out underage girls just a few years ago. Melissa is a level 1 registered sex offender and is still under DOC supervision. The Benton County Sheriff Office confirms she's not allowed to be on school grounds without permission. Chi-B Principal Clay Henry says they had no idea that Mia Rose was actually Melissa Salisbury, and they plan on sending out public apologies to all the parents.
And a Benton County Superior Court judge has ruled that a Richland florist violated Washington's Consumer Protection Act. Marinelle Stutzman, the owner of Arlene's Flowers, refused to provide flowers for the wedding of a same-sex couple back in 2013. Washington Attorney General Bob Ferguson has issued a statement saying, quote, "The law is clear. If you choose to provide a service to couples of the opposite sex, you must provide the same service to same-sex couples."
And the House committee here in Washington State is voting on a bill today that could get rid of the death penalty. The measure comes after Governor Jay Inslee decided last year to impose a moratorium on capital punishment. Now, he's been criticized by several Republicans, but he says he still supports the bill. Now, if the bill goes through, it will eliminate capital punishment and replace it with life in prison with no opportunity for parole. Well, the watchdog group Hanford Challenge, United Association Local 598, and the Washington Physician for Social Responsibility are all working together to represent workers affected by chemical vapor exposure.
They're suing the Department of Energy and its contractor, Washington River Protection Solutions, over worker exposures at the tank farms. And the last year, 45 workers have been evaluated for potential exposure to chemical vapors.
DOE and the contractors out there do not want to recognize that there's a problem. And that type of mentality, when we're sitting there saying we have people being exposed and having health issues, and they do not want to address that, they do, even to this day with these studies coming out, they are not acknowledging that people have actually been exposed or actually had adverse health effects.
He says that just in the last 10 years, around 100 workers have been exposed to vapors and are having adverse health effects. Well, taking a look at what's coming up in our area, how about starting your morning right tomorrow with a free drink from Roasters Coffee in Kennewick?
Yeah, you can never go wrong with a free cup of Joe in the morning. Tomorrow, the company is celebrating the opening of their new location in the Southridge area, and they want you to celebrate with them. So from 5 tomorrow morning until 7 in the evening, they're giving away free drinks. Now, this is only happening at their new location, so if you want a free coffee or a free drink, you can find it at 4898 Hildebrand Boulevard, and that's tomorrow from 6 in the morning until 7 in the evening.
5 to 7.
5 to 7.
Yep,
Okay.
you got it. Early risers
Yep.
like us. And for all you outdoor lovers, the 26th annual Central Washington Sportsman Show kicks off tomorrow in Yakima. The event starts at 1 tomorrow afternoon at the Yakima Sun Dome. And if you can't make it tomorrow, don't worry. It's happening all weekend long. Tickets are $9 for adults and $4.50 for kids between the ages of 6 and 12. Parents, teachers, and Dr. Seuss fans, rejoice. There's a new Dr. Seuss book to be released this summer, more than 20 years after the author's death.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. Random House Children's Books say they will publish a recently discovered Dr. Seuss manuscript with illustrations titled What Pet Should I Get? It features the same brother and sister seen in Dr. Seuss's 1960 classic One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish, and it was likely written between 1958 and 1962. The new book is to be published on July 28th.
Random House also has plans for at least 2 more Dr. Seuss books based on materials found in the author's California home in 2013 by his widow and secretary. That's pretty incredible.
Your favorite Dr. Seuss book?
There's probably the traditional cat in the hat.
Yeah, not a bad one. Green eggs and ham is my my go-to.
I like them. They're all little funky, which is kind of cool.
Yep, great illustrations. All right, hey, you know what time it is right now? It is 5:10, and you're watching Wake Up Northwest. After the break, we'll have your 7-day forecast that does have a slight chance for a couple of raindrops. We'll tell you when and where coming up.
And later, it looks like you can start enjoying The Tonight Show with its very own tasty treat. We'll tell you more about that in this morning's Wake Up Your Money.
Here in Portland, we really know how to treat our food.
Relax. I believe in you.
March is Portland Dining Month. That means more than 100 restaurants are serving our most lovingly prepared 3-course meals for $29. Every day of the week, all over town.
The president says, mark it down.
This President's Week, now even lower furniture prices.
On living rooms, dining rooms, and bedrooms.
The president says mark it down on our incredible selection of furniture to even lower prices.
And